This is Accurate TV News,
where you get your news on time, on point, and online.
Father, son gets life for hate crime in Ahmaud Arbery's death. The white father and son convicted of murder in Ahmaud Arbery's fatal shooting after they chased the 25-year-old black man through a Georgia neighborhood were sentenced today to life in prison for committing a federal hate crime. U.S. District Court Judge Lisa Godbee Wood handed down the sentence against Travis McMichael, 36, and his father, Greg McMichael, 66, retiring the gravity of February 2020's killing that shattered their Brunswick community and became part of a larger national reckoning over racial injustice. William Roddy Bryan, 52, who recorded cell phone videos of the slaying, was sentenced to 35 years in prison. A young man is dead. Ahmaud Arbery will be forever 25, and what happened, a jury found happened because he's black, Wood said. The McMichaels were previously sentenced to life without parole in state court for Arbery's murder and had asked the judge to divert them to a federal prison to serve their sentences, saying they were worried about their safety in the prison state system. Wood declined their request. In February, a federal jury convicted the McMichaels and Bryan of violating Arbery's civil rights, concluding they targeted him because of his race. All three were also found guilty of attempted kidnapping, and the McMichaels were convicted of using guns in the commission of a violent crime. The McMichaels armed themselves with guns and used a pickup truck to chase Arbery after he ran past their home on February 23, 2020. Bryan, a neighbor, joined the pursuit in his own truck and recorded cell phone videos of Travis McMichael shooting Arbery with a shotgun. The McMichaels told the police they suspected Arbery was a burglar, but investigators determined he was unarmed and had committed no crimes. Before today's sentencing, Arbery's mother, Wanda Cooper Jones, said that every day she feels every shot fired at her son. It's so unfair, so unfair, so unfair that he was killed while he was not even committing a crime, she said. Greg McMichael addressed the Arbery's family, saying their loss was beyond description. I'm sure my words mean very little to you, but I want to assure you I never wanted any of this to happen, he said. There was no malice in my heart or my son's heart that day. Travis McMichael declined to address the court, but his attorney Amy Lee Copeland said a lighter sentence would be more consistent with what similarly charged defendants have received in other cases, noting that the officer who killed George Floyd in Minneapolis, Derek Chauvin, got 21 years in prison for violating Floyd's civil rights, though he was not charged with targeting Floyd because of his race. Greg McMichael's attorney A.J. Balbo also cited that Chauvin's sentence, as well as his client's age and health problem, which he said including a stroke and depression. The evidence we presented at trial proved what so many people felt in their hearts when they watched the video of Ahmaud's tragic and unnecessary death. This would have never happened if he had been white, Christopher Paras, another prosecutor, said Monday. During the February hate crimes trial, prosecutors fortified their case that Arbery's killing was motivated by racism by showing the jury roughly 24 text messages and social media posts in which Travis McMichael and Bryan used racist slurs and made disparaging comments about black people. A state superior court judge imposed life sentences for the McMichaels James and Brian in January for Arbery's murder, with both McMichaels denied any chance of parole. All three defendants have remained jailed in coastal Glim Country in the custody of U.S. Marshals while awaiting sentencing after their federal conviction in February. Because they were first charged and convicted of murder in a state court, protocol would have them turn them over to the Georgia Department of Correction to serve their life term in state prison. In court filings last week, both Travis and Greg McMichael asked to serve their time a federal prison, saying they won't be safe in a Georgia prison system, that the subject of a U.S. Justice Department investigation focused on violence between inmates. Copeland said during Monday's hearing for Travis McMichael that her client has received hundreds of threats that he will be killed as soon as he arrives at state prison and that his photos has been circulated there on illegal phones. I am concerned, Your Honor, that my client effectively faces a backdoor death penalty, she said, adding that retribution and revenge were not sentencing factors, even for a defendant who is publicly reviled. Arbery's father, Marcus Arbery Sr., said Travis McMichael had shown his son no mercy and deserved to rot in prison. You killed him because he was a black man, and you hate black people, he said. You deserve no mercy. Wood said she didn't have the authority to order the state to relinquish custody of Travis McMichael to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, but also wasn't inclined to do so in his case. She also declined to keep Greg McMichael in federal custody. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.